Greetings, fellow cooks. I'm Brandy from Dr. Flavor. Today we're making something really tasty. I'm on my summer food kick, and we're making a grilled corn chowder. So it's going to be right here, right now on Dr. Flavor. So folks, these are the ingredients. We have some half and half. We have a large onion. We have some fresh garlic and some red and orange peppers. We're going to have a half a stick of butter. And we're going to have some Carolina Smokeys. This can also go vegan, so you don't have to have meat in there. Some potatoes. And we're going to actually garnish with a little bit of cognac or brandy at the end. And obviously the main act is corn, sweet corn. Okay, so let's check out on the corn. And that corn looks lovely. I'll tell you a little bit about the corn. I actually had it soaking in salt water, and what I found is that when you actually do that, it releases a little bit more of the sugar in the corn, and it really does taste very good. So we're going to take it out now, and we're going to go on to the next stage. Alright, so these are the Carolina Smokeys diced. These are the onions, peppers, and potatoes. Diced small because, remember, it's a chowder. This is the garlic. These are the pieces of corn that have been grilled. Remember, soaked them in salty water. And the fragrance is incredible. So I was a little bit too simplistic on the ingredients. Let me give you a little bit more. A little bit of oregano, thyme, very important. And we have to make a stock. So basically, I'm using my broth base chicken, and I'm going to create 4 cups of chicken broth, and we're going to go with that. Okay, so here we are. We got the corn out, and obviously it's been cooling off because as hot as it was, you can't touch it. So I've already tasted a little bit of the corn, and I'll tell you, it's fantastic. Very sweet, beautiful. First of all, this is sweet corn. That makes a big difference. And cooking it, soaking it in salt water and then cooking it on the grill, incredible. And I know about soaking in salt water because when I was in medical school in Dominican Republic, there was this old guy that used to come around the street, and he had a cart, and he had a big trash can on it, coals underneath of it with a fire, and it was filled with corn and salt water from the ocean. And it was not great quality corn, but it was so sweet, it was incredible, and it all had to do with the salt water. So that's one thing I loved about that, and that's how I make corn. I always soak it in salt water. So we're just scraping the corn off, the husk. Beautiful. And here you go. Okay, so we took care of the corn beautifully. So what we're going to do is we're going to start putting it into my Ninja. And I don't care what some of the, once again, the purists say, I love my Ninja. Does a nice job. I don't have to use a plunger for it because it all goes through. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're not going to pulverize the heck out of everything. We're just going to give it a little bit. Alright. Power on. Alright. Check this out. It's getting there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually pour a little bit of the half and half in there. Actually, a little half and half, and I'm probably going to add a little bit of a heavy whipping cream in there. So half a cup of each. All right. So let's get it going. All right. Got some nice texture in here. Yep, so it's chunky. Gonna beat it a little bit more. And we're done. So that's what we want. A little bit of chunky, a little creamy consistency. So it's going to be perfect. That's what we want. So now, the next step is we're going to start cooking up the sausage a little bit. So once again, I want to tell you, this doesn't have to be meat added, but I like a little meat in there. All right, so let's a little bit of oil, just to create a little bit of crispiness. This is going to take a little while, so we'll just follow this right along. Doesn't take long at all to actually brown a little bit the sausage. So at this point we're going to add the vegetables. Great. So I'm just going to cover it up for a little while and let the veggies heat up by itself. Okay, so the vegetables and the sausage are doing just fine. I'm not cooking them all, I'm just getting them together to get warm and to also get some of that flavor, share some of the flavor there. So the next part is the broth. I'm going to put in 4 cups of the chicken broth. Alright, and then the next part is going to be a little bit of the oregano. Didn't know that this was not open. Alright, a bit of the oregano, equal amount of thyme. Yummy, yummy. Actually, this is killer. It takes too long. A teaspoon of black pepper. Alright. And now we're going to add the corn. Let's get all mixed in there. So this has been cooking on a level 7. So I'm going to bring it down to a level 4, which is a low medium. And at this point, I'm going to throw in the garlic and half a stick of butter, because everything is better with butter. And we're going to cover it up. And we're going to see how it does. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. It's been cooking for about 40 minutes, so the potatoes are already soft. The corn has released a little bit of that sweetness, a little bit of that flavor out, but it's still a little bit watery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and water. I did lower it down to a level 2. I'm going to raise it again a little bit to a level 5 to add a little bit more heat, and this is only for a very short period of time. Now we have the consistency that I want. So if you remember, we added a few things that were already salty, like the broth, the sausage. So I wanted to wait until the last minute to see what we needed. Wow, that really is good. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. This comes out to about half a teaspoon of salt. And this would be considered the coup de grace. A little bit of brandy. You could put wine, a little bit of brandy. That, say, 2 tablespoons of brandy. That just adds so much flavor. If you're feeding the whole family, obviously, you may not want to add brandy, but it just gives you a very mature flavor. Okay, so this is the finished product, as you can see. Looks beautiful. You can see the thyme in there. The cognac gives you a nice flavor. Oh my gosh, really good. But it's a great little summer treat for yourself. So once again, this is Marcelino Bernie, your Dr. Flavor. Once again, please join us and try some of these different dishes because they're really fantastic. Okay, so see you in the next one. Bye-bye.